neatly dressed man. He is deeply angered over the rejection, if that is what happened in their last meeting. He will not speak of what she said, but I know he expected to have her agreement to wed him before he left Cornwall. It has been 2 weeks, and he is still incensed. She must have said no then, surely. I suppose. However, I know the lady. She is not indifferent to him, but he must be patient with her. Ossé pondered it a moment, then went on, as a groom led the steward's bay away to the stable. Patience is not an attribute the Marquess has cultivated, nor has he had any need of it before now. Given how reluctantly he surrendered his heart to the maiden, I think it will be much time before he feels he has it back. He is not one to give it lightly. "Not like his brothers," Mr. Jones said. "His lordship has always been particular. I wish I'd met the lady, one so extraordinary as to capture the interest of a man like the Marquis. Well, I've never met her, so I cannot comment, but she must be something quite out of the ordinary." "She is. I have never met the like of Lady Anne Addison." Ossé pulled a dusty shirt over his head and turned to go as the grooms and stablemen scattered back to their chores. As there had been no clear winner in the fight, the money wagered had been merely returned to each bettor, with some jocular comments as to which man would have won had they continued. "I have some letters, Bolton," Jones said, trotting alongside the taller man. "Just delivered 2 of the same to Lady Darkefell and Lady John." The fellow's curiosity had been piqued, it was clear. "One of the letters is to you, and one is to his lordship. All the same hand, from the lady herself, I suspect, the one we just spoke of, for they come from Harecross Hall, Kent. That's the lady's family seat, is it not?" Ossé took his letter and looked it over. The exquisite hand, the slanted letters, the full address given him, Mr. Ossé Botin, secretary to his lordship, the Marquess of Darkefell. The other letter was addressed to his lordship in the same hand, as Mr. Jones had noted. He paused, broke the wax seal, and unfolded his letter, then felt a blow to his stomach much like the one the Marquis himself might have landed, as he quickly scanned the contents. If the Dowager Marchioness Lady Darkefell had received the same letter, then Ossé must immediately prepare his lordship for a visit from his mother. Ah, but it was too late to give a warning. He turned, alerted by the thudding of hooves, to the arrival of Lady Sophia Darkefell, still beautiful, though turning 50 that very year. She galloped into the yard on her seldom-ridden mare. Men rushed forward to help her down, but she slipped easily from her side-saddle, shook out her full skirts, and stomped over to Ossé, shaking a paper in his face. "You will tell me what this letter is about, or I will know the reason why." "No. Disregard that," she said, waving him away, though he had not begun to answer. "My son will respond, and if I find... If you have all been keeping things from me..." She tossed her head, whirled away from Ossé, and strode up to the servants' door, flinging it open and entering. Mr. Jones watched her go and whistled. "His lordship seems to have an unhappy mother on his hands, and I know how little he likes that." Ossé said a hasty goodbye to the steward and bolted to the same door, pursuing her ladyship down the long, dim hallway, past the still-room and buttery, the housekeeper's office, and toward the family's section of the castle, calling out to her to wait. But it was too late. She was already ascending the 3 flights of stairs to her son's bedchamber. Ossé followed, trying to make himself presentable as he trotted, with his limping gait. Darkefell, in his dressing-room, had stripped and was washing while Harwood, his reserved valet, readied the proper clothes for an afternoon spent riding, the Marquis's intended pursuit. He stared at his face in the cheval mirror and dabbed at a scrape on his chin where he had met the ground, his face planted there by Ossé's determination. Staring into his own brown eyes, he saw the anger and bafflement that still plagued him. What was wrong with him? He could not seem to settle to anything since returning to Yorkshire from Cornwall after his dismissal, he could think of nothing else to call it, from Lady Anne's presence.